Hi there, this is Jim Becker and welcome to Catholic Charities online training system. Today we are here to talk about how to uh, log in and navigate the Catholic Charities online training system site as well as get enrolled into a course. With that, let's get started. If you'll notice up here on the top right side, you'll see that there's a language bar. So if your primary language is English, you can go ahead and select English. If it happens to be Spanish, French, or German, you could choose those languages as well. Please note, though, that this will just change the navigation of the site. Any text that we've actually put in the site is primarily done in English at this point in time. Since I'm speaking English and I read English, I'm going to go with English. In your email that was sent out to you, you'll have a username and a password, or at least a temporary password that was provided to you. Go ahead and put that in. I'm going to go with the JB2 Photo. That's my personal login because the J Becker I'm going to be using for training. Thus, don't want to cause any confusion. And then put in your temporary password, which for everyone is training with a capital T period 1450. Once you've entered that, go ahead and click the blue login button. Now, once we're in, the first thing that the system is going to prompt us to do is to change our password. So we're going to go ahead and set that in. So go ahead and put it again, training with a capital T period 1450, and then put in your new password. Now, your new password, because we're making this a fairly secure site, needs to have at least 8 characters, 1 digit, 1 uppercase, 1 lowercase, and then 1 non-alphanumeric character such as a exclamation point, %sign, or $sign. I'll go ahead and enter my preferred one. Once you have those typed in, you'll need to type them in twice. Go ahead and click on Save Changes. Now the system goes through and verifies to make sure that your password meets all the requirements. Otherwise, it will prompt you again and again and again and again until it receives a password that meets all the security protocols. But once that's been accepted, it'll tell you that the password has been changed. Go ahead and click on the Continue button. Okay. Once we are logged in, the first screen it's going to take you to is your profile screen. And if you noticed on mine, I already have my picture loaded in here. I have some interests loaded in. There's some of the default settings, but then there's also the course profiles of what courses have I already registered for. It'll tell me when I first and last accessed the system as well. If for whatever reason the password you put in, you decide you want to change at a later date, you can go to this administration block, go down, click on the change password, go through the same process we just did just moments ago. But also within the system, any messages that you get from your instructor or anything of that nature from the system, you'll find those messages here in the messaging system, and then any badges that you've received from the completion of any of the courses, those badges will be listed here in the administration side as well. To edit your profile, you just click on Edit, and then you'll note several fields that you can go and you can change things. These are for your own personal settings. There are 4 mandatory fields: the first name, your surname, city, and what country you're in. Most of those should already be set up. But then also you can add any additional qualifying information that you would like, including any descriptions, a picture, your interest. Once you're completed, click the Update Profile. And once that's completed, go ahead and click either on the Home in the Navigation button or in the navigation bar. Now the way that we design this site, it's actually a 3-column design. So we have columns on the left, columns on the right, and then we have our main content area in the middle. If for whatever reason you'd like to enlarge the amount of space of your content area that's here in the middle, you can go ahead and move these other blocks, if you will, over to the navigation dock. And this is the bar that shows up over here on the left hand side. And you'll see that the content for each of those blocks, we then get a menu derived system, so that way it doesn't take up as much space. So I can go to my profile settings under administrations, private files. These are your private files, spreadsheets or Word documents or even slideshows. You have up to 100 megabits of space that you can use. So certainly anything that your instructor might require, you can load up into here. Any upcoming events. So once we start registering for classes, the upcoming events will certainly be able to start populating, especially with like video conferences, things of that nature. And then the navigation screen still shows up here. Now we can just navigate through the site this direction, or we can still go off of here. What I want to do is have everyone go into the staff development section. And here within the staff development session, you'll see that we have our weekly video conference. You can click into here and go in, and basically we're going to be having 10:30s on Monday. Basically a video conference. Anyone is welcome to come to attend. You don't have to have a video camera to do it, but what it is we use this as an opportunity to really get feedback from you of what are the subject materials that you're really looking for additional training on, so that we can continue to build the site and make it more effective for you. It may not be the point where we can resolve any of your immediate issues. That's what we use our help desk ticketing system for. The Google Business Apps section is the area that I want to go into next, so go ahead and click into that. And the first thing that we're going to get prompted for is we need to enroll. And within here now I've got the ability then to move these other blocks over into the navigation dock. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there right now. So here I can see that I've got another video conference section. This is different from the weekly one that we do kind of for a tech update. This one is specific for any questions that you might have with regards towards Google Apps, the business apps that you see listed down here below. So what we can do is we can go ahead and click into one of these, and we'll just pick Gmail for now. And you'll see that there's a whole lesson tree of all the different areas where we can now learn a little bit more about how to use Gmail. So within here there's an interactive tutorial. This is actually directly takes you over to the interactive tutorial that's actually on the Gmail site. Then there we have lessons for the terminology, as well as all these other subset areas, and then ultimately ending up with the Gmail proficiency quiz. Now, the only areas that are required within this section to have passed successfully is the Gmail terminology and overview, as well as the Gmail proficiency quiz. Everything else here, someone might have no problems with the composing, sending messages, but you might want to figure out how you want to customize your mailbox or control the inflow of messages using filters to make your email more manageable. So these here are all areas that are subset. They're not required, but once you've completed a section, it'll automatically have a check box show up over here, and the check will show up. Or you could manually check those boxes manually if you would like. If you do come across any other questions, then you've got some delay before the next video conference, but you need something a little bit more immediate, click the help desk link down here. That'll take you to the fresh desk, which has many of the answers. You can type into the search category for the answer that you might be looking for, or you can create a help desk ticket, and one of our technicians will be in contact with you shortly. That's how you get in, and to navigate the site is once you're in, we make the navigation fairly simple. You can simply just drop right in, enroll yourself in first class, get started, and as you have questions, please let us know what those questions are. We'll be glad to get to those as quick as possible. But thank you so much for your time today, and look forward to talking with you in the future. Thank you very much. Have a great day.